Greetings, vloggers, bloggers, followers, and podders. Dustin here from Dustin's Dynasty with the first half of this week's vlog. Our first half of this week's vlog is our Forging Friendships Relationship series that we are continuing. We are on video, I believe, 13 or 14. I'm not technically sure, but we're here and we're going to just talk about it. And today we're going to talk about the Relationship Barometer. And that's not like your typical barometer, but it is to tell where you are in your relationship, if you are still in a relationship or a friendship. So without further ado, we're going to get started. We'll start with the preface. Welcome to number 14 of my Forging Friendships Relationships vlog series. Well, I am certainly no expert in being in my mid-30s. I do have some insight to share about my relationships with my community. The intention is to share my insight and knowledge on topics of relationships, whether or for dating or as a friend, and that are common issues that autistics face today. So without further ado, we'll continue. You know, researchers from the Gotham Institute, which is called the Love Lab at the University of Washington in Seattle, have developed a way to identify that couples at risk after just 3 minutes of observation. This has been known as the four horsemen of the apocalypse: criticism, defense, contempt, and stonewalling. What has been more challenging is understanding what makes relationships thrive and flourish. As John Gottman himself noted, at first when I figured out how to predict the divorce, I thought the key had to be to saving marriages. Well, we're not technically in marriages, but saving relationships. But like many experts before him, he was wrong. Not able to crack the code to saving marriages, he started to analyze what was right in them. The good news is that under the landmark research at UCLA led by Shelley Gable, she's currently somewhere else, that does provide a key to predicting relationships that will last. The findings show that how a partner responds to the news of positive events is a better predictor of relationship health and longevity of how supportive a partner is during stress. This is due to what is called the active constructive responding, or ACR, that is associated with the commitment, passion, love, and satisfaction, resulting in longer lasting relationships. Essentially, the research suggests it is better to celebrate than commensurate. Interesting, couples and friends too, to lend better, to be there for each other when things go bad than when things go well. A partner embraces and shares your good future. However, a better indicator of a healthy long-term togetherness is who lets you cry on their shoulder. For example, when a person comes home with a news of a promotion and the partner responds with as much, if not more, if effusiveness, by being more zealous than jealous, but bodes well for health and happiness of a relationship. Here are a few samples of ACR. Your partner reads you good enthusiastically, like with "Wow, that's the best news I've heard in a long time." I sometimes get the sense my partner is more happier, and let's call the family and plan a celebration. Partner also, it can explain genuine interest. I know how hard you worked for this. Tell me more. And then you figure out what those are. Did they react enthusiastically? Did they point out the problems or the downside? Were they the Debbie Downer of the situation? Did they point out that? Were they more active or destructive? Did they handle? Are you sure? Like, did they question it? Did they ask if you can handle the responsibility, of that scenario? Do they say little but convey they're happy to hear the news, such as being passive constructive? That's very nice, dear. And when you return to whatever you were doing, they seem uninterested or passive? That is what we call the relationship barometer, and it's very important to notice that. So when giving the once over, it's important to assess the behavior of both you and your partner. It is important to note that is not the definitive diagnostic tool in which you make life decisions, but the piece of the puzzle towards living a healthy, fulfilling partnership. So be zealous versus jealous. And jealousy is a downriver and undermines connection, whereas zealous is being uplifting and depending bonds. Be prepared to celebrate as well as commensurate, accumulating the positive scores, more points than comforting the negative. So with that being said, I want to thank you for listening. As always, you can give a like on this video if you like to see more content. Tap the notification bell, tap subscribe if you want to follow my channel. Be sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Dustin's Dynasty. Be sure to visit me on the web at dustinsdynastyusa.com. Follow me on Pinterest and TikTok at Dustin's Dynasty ASD. And this is going to be transposed on many podcasts, including Spotify, with Dustin's Dynasty ASD. I want to thank you for listening and have a good day.